Good morning, Joycey. Hi, Gail. Turn my audio down. Hi, Lori Lou. Hi, Dar. Good morning, Wiki. Hi, Carol B. Morning, Bonbon. Oh, coffee. Coffee. Oh, Jesus. Radio up loud enough? God, I hate this neighborhood. Hi, Patricia. I so want to get to this neighborhood. Seriously? No bark. Eat your foods. Eat your foods and be a good boy. And then go take your nap. No talking to strangers. No. Talking to our grand dog over there. Our Loki. Hi, Jackie. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hi, Holly. Good morning. If you want to paint along with me today, this is a paint along. I thought I would do a couple easy projects. If you don't have watercolors, you can use water-soluble crayons, colored pencils, anything, water-soluble markers, anything that's water-soluble. Get yourself a couple pieces of paper. It doesn't matter the size. Let's see. I forget how long this is. There's not we won't be doing much drawing, but you will want some collage stuff. Nothing too detailed. You will want a number 2 pencil or a drawing pencil of some sort. Yeah, we're going to do a couple easy things out of the Watercolor Unleashed book. Get yourself a piece of tissue paper or thin deli paper, anything that you can crinkle up. Get you some matte medium or white glue. Elmer's glue would be fine. Again, this is going to be a couple really simple, easy paint-along projects. Get people experimenting with watercolor, get your feet wet. You can use this as warm-up projects if you're a watercolorist. If you're like me, you like collage, and you want to use mixed media with watercolor, this will give you a little bit of experimentation with that. So do it, Joycey, do it. If you're watching the recording, you're going to want to fast forward about 10-15 minutes. I always give time for everybody to get in. We say hello and chit chat a little bit. Don't give her an excuse, Joycey. Thank you, Wiki. Oh my God, I have no mods yet. Holy crap. I'm sure they'll start trickling in a couple minutes. Hi, Travis. Since Tracy's no, she needs to get something out and work along with us. There's my Judes. Oh, good, Travis. I'm glad. Be right back, guys. Okay. I miss anybody? How's the lighting and everything, guys? We good so far? Patricia, what are you watching on a computer or your phone? Because if you're on your computer, it should automatically pop up on the side. Hi, Terry. Hi, Linda. Thanks, Travis, for confirming. I needed that. You're wonderful. Again, if you're just coming in and you want to paint along, I'm going to go over the supplies. You won't need anything fancy. Try that, Patricia. Come back in and then oh, don't get just oh gosh. Gonna get her started already. You know, only you could get away with that. You know that, right, Jutes? I, I like Giovanna better. It sounds so Paris, you know, so fancy and chic. But Modellana, no. I know. Well, it sounds so. It's. I like that one. Judy's the only one that gets away with something crazy. But I love my Judy. Okay, we're going to give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. Again, we're not going to use anything fancy. Just get whatever. There you go, Patricia. Great. Get whatever watercolor brushes you have. The size doesn't matter. I'm going to be using an 8 and a 10. Nothing fancy, just my Creative Mark Mimic Kolinsky's today. I just got some watercolor paper here. Size doesn't matter. You can go big, small. We're going to be working out of the Jane Betteridge book, Watercolors Unleashed. She's an awesome artist. She's one of the few that I really, really aspire to. Or am in inspired by. You'll want watercolors of your choice or water-soluble media of your choice. It could be markers, it can be pencils. Watercolors preferred, a little bit easier to work with. Colors of your choice. Again, nothing fancy. One project is going to be more of like a warm-up project. The other one's going to be a little more specific. You'll want a number 2 pencil. Hi, Beth. Or a drawing pencil. We're not going to be doing anything fancy with drawing, but you will want something to draw with. You will want, for the secondary project, you will want some collage papers of sorts. Papers of your choice. You'll want either some tissue paper or some lightweight, thin deli paper. And that's it. Again, nothing fancy. Eraser if you need to have one. I will pull one out. For working on watercolor paper, I prefer the polymer erasers, high polymer. They will not mar your paper. Travis, I don't think that's necessary, at least not for the first project. You might need to use it slightly in the second, but not in the first. So you can definitely do the first without it. Yeah. Make sure you have your coffee and your snacks, chair. We're going to get started. There will be a giveaway today. Surprise, surprise. Hi, Colleen. Colleen, if you want to follow along, we're doing some really easy, fun beginner watercolor projects. I will go over the quick and easy supply list. If you would like to follow along. You know, I'm going to, this is just plain old hardware store Scotch masking tape, nothing, nothing fancy. If you don't have masking tape, just, you don't have to tape your paper down. I'm just OCD that way. The first project is a warm-up. It's fun and easy, and but you will have a finished painting when it's done. Maybe, Judy, maybe not. Maybe something similar. Again, there will be a giveaway. Okay. So, Watercolors Unleashed. Using tissue paper. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be painting a wet background, and we're going to allow it to dry. For this example, she used a horizon blue, which, you know, just pick a blue that you have that you like. French ultramarine, bright violet, sap green, and burnt sienna, and then allow it to dry. I will use a hair dryer or my heat gun. So, and the colors that you can see here. So, you know, you can see the violets, and which is kind of like this color in the background there. French ultramarine. You can see that blue in the background. French ultramarine is a granulating color, but again, it doesn't matter. Just pick a blue and a violet, and an alternate blue that you like, green that you like, and a burnt sienna. And you'll paint the burnt sienna, just paint it in the form of a tree. Nothing fancy, just very simple. Okay. Let me move my coffee cup. Let me move the camera over so you guys can see more of the book. I'm going to move out. Hmm. Let's see. Well, I'll have to pull the book into view. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing on the paper. Hi, Sharon. All right, so let me clean off I didn't clean off my palette from yesterday's mess I made. Ew, juice, yuck. Oh, actually, I could have left that purple there. Ugh. Could have saved that. You know what? I think I'll keep that brown. I can use that green there. Waste that purple. Okay. I could have used all these colors, actually. I'm in a good mood. Joycey, what's up? Did I miss something? Okay, so I'm going to wet the paper here. So right now we're just wetting the paper, opening up the paper, getting it nice and wet. Yeah, I don't like freezing weather. I got fuzz balls. We want texture, but I don't like fuzz balls. Okay, let me spray my paints. So I'm going to get out my burnt sienna. It's a nice, vibrant brown. Kind of like a rusty brown. Okay. And then I'm going to get that out of there. And then I'm going to get out my ultramarine. Put it over here. Okay. And then we're going to have some sap green. Okay. And then we need some horizon blue, which I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use cerulean for that. So if you don't have horizon blue, which I don't even know what horizon blue is, but I'm going to use cerulean because I like that one. And yeah, it looks similar to that blue that she's got in the picture there. And if you're talking to me, put it in caps so I don't miss it. Okay. So we got our We got our blue, we got our ultramarine, sap green, burnt sienna. Oh, we need our violet now. So I'm going to use quinacridone violet because that's what I have in my palette. Lovely purpley color. Okay. All right. So paint a wet into wet painting and allow it to dry. For this example, I've used blah, 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 and then allow it to dry. So now I'm just going to take these colors, and if you'll notice that she put the blue, the horizon blue, or in my case, cerulean, it's going to go at the top, and then she put the green at the bottom to kind of make foliage, and then the purples and the more violet down here, and then we painted the tree to put the tree trunk. So that's what we're going to kind of follow in the example. So make sure our paper is still wet. So we're just going to come in and just kind of paint horizon there. Nothing fancy, just kind of wiggling the brush on the paper. Make sure it's nice and wet. Okay. Then we're going to drop in some purpley bits. I'm going to spray some more water so my paper stays wet. I'm not really paying attention where I'm dropping these, although this was a little much in that spot, but that's okay. Just kind of dropping the bits. Ultramarine. Keeping it wet as I go. Bringing in the sap green. Letting them mix and mingle. Oh, that was too much. It's okay. It's going to be really purpley in that spot. Ooh. It's okay. Bring that back up. Oh, the cerulean, I love. This is the Mission Gold cerulean. I love their cerulean blue. It is so pretty. Bring that back on. Okay, now bring in some more green. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of let that tilt down a little bit. Get paper towel. If you get where your paper is puddly, just tip it and then just let go across the bottom and soak up the bottom. Don't rub the paper, just along the edge of your tape. Just press just along the edge of the tape. Let the paper towel soak up the water. Okay. This will prevent blooms, and this will allow for a natural gradation and a natural blend of colors. Okay. Okay. Now I'm thinking, I think I want some more purple in there. A little bit more purple up in here. Or violet, as we call it. Water it down, get a little more watery. And kind of be a little more deliberate where I'm putting it. And I'm thinking I need a little bit more sap green. Sharon, it's supposed to look like a field of flowers. That's the whole point. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, and then and again, this is just a warm-up painting, but we're going to make it into something, right? So now we're going to take a little bit of our but it's sideways right now. No, it's not sideways, hon. No, it's up and down. This is the sky. This is the earth. What are you looking at? What am I missing? Now I'm going to take some of that burnt sienna. And now we're going to make our tree trunk. Oh, yeah, I had it sideways wiping because you want to go along the bottom. Remember to turn your work to make it easier to either clean up or to draw. So now I'm thinking I'm not going to bring the tree down to the bottom. We kind of want it, based on the picture here, you kind of want it to start, if you look in this picture here, she has the trunk like maybe an inch up from the bottom of the picture. So it looks like the tree is a little off in the distance. Oh, Ron, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm probably going to start my tree probably right about here. So we get a little, like an inch off from the bottom. Okay. So I'm just going to dab in ever so lightly. Some brown. Kind of let it carry down. And I'm going to start carrying it up. And we're going to carry it all the way to the top. And doing short little strokes like this. See, just kind of short little strokes. Not one long stroke. Little touch and dabs, touch and dabs, touch and dabs. And bring it all the way up to the top. I mean, there's no right or wrong. We're just dabbing in some color. Bringing in some little spiky bits at the bottom. This is really just a positioner at this point. Yep. This is the photo that we're trying to replicate. This is eventually it's going to look like this, guys. That's crooked for you. Let's do it this way. So it looks straight. This is ultimately what we're going to get to. I don't know if does it have a full picture on the other side? I don't think so. No, it doesn't. But that's what we're ultimately going to get to. Hi, Christy. Anybody else coming in that I missed? If you were late to the party and you want to follow along, I can stop here and we can wait for you to catch up because we've barely just gotten started on this piece. There hasn't been a lot of steps in, so I'm willing to give it a wait. Just let me know. So again, now I'm bringing in, remember, as the paper dries and you put in more paint, the stronger your lines are going to be, right? So now we put in some, now I'm going to take in some green, and I'm going to follow the, I'm going to bring in some green on this side, because we're going to pretend that the light is on this side, so the shadow is going to be over here. Okay, so I'm going to take some of that sap green, and I'm kind of follow the edge of the tree. But I'm going to mix it with the ultramarine. Take the sap green and mix it with the ultramarine so I get a nice dark color. I'm going to, yeah, that's better. I'm just going to kind of, again, I'm not going to make one continuous line. I'm just kissing the edge of the tree to kind of make it look shadowy. And you can get the green as dark as you want it or as light as you want it. I'm going to make it a little bit darker, I think. There we go. So it's like the tree has like a mossy, a little bit of a mossy edge to it. Thanks, Judes. Hi, Kimmy. Welcome to the party. Bye, Colleen. See you later, hon. Beth. Yeah. Okay. So now, I'm going to take in, now that I put a little bit of moss on the one side of the tree, I'm going to take in a little bit of that burnt sienna, and I'm going to take a little bit of that green too, and I'm going to mix that in with the green and the burnt sienna, and I'm going to make like a stronger brown, and I'm going to take in a smaller brush. So I'm taking my 8 now, because I was using the 10. Get that burnt sienna. Get the ultramarine and the green. And I'm going to make like a gray brown color. Okay, and I'm going to pick that up. And now we're just going to bring in, I'm going to be a little bit deliberate here. Oh, not enough paint. It's too watery. Hold on, let's do that again. Burnt sienna, ultramarine, and sap green. Mix it up. And I'm just kind of twisting my brush, making like no real thing, shape, just kind of making like a stumpy branch that's kind of broken off. And then I'm going to come up here, and then I'm going to make a really thin branch, that. And then we're going to come up here and make a thin branch. And I'm just bringing my brush this way, not really holding it. I'm just letting it sit in my fingers. So it's really light in my hand, and it's barely touching the paper. I'm letting the brush do the work. I'm not putting any control into it. So it's just kind of doing its thing. Okay, I think that's good. What happened? What did I miss? Nothing. Did you get the black velvets, Sharon? best brushes on earth? Well, there's better, but for the price, they're great brushes. Is that the ones that you got? Yeah, Travis, the black velvets. I mean, they're artist grade for the price, for sure. They're my favorite. I don't know which one she had before, but definitely. Okay, so now we need to let this dry. So I'm going to get out my... Yeah, they're the only brushes that I buy. They come to a razor sharp point. They have a great belly. They hold a lot of water and paint. They're just awesome brushes. What did I miss? Yep, good job, Sharon. That was a good choice. Definitely a good choice. All right, Wiki. Bye, Dale. Yeah, I got the Mimic Kolinsky's. They were my beginner brushes, and I recommend these if you're just starting out. But once you get, after you've done a little bit of painting, you're going to want to upgrade. And I definitely recommend the black velvets. They are awesome. Probably could have kept more purple on this painting, but that's okay. You're going to want to dry this completely. That 8 will be your most used brush, Sharon, for sure. I also use my oval quite a bit, too. Hi, Miss Nina B. Yeah, I have the 8, the 10, the 4, the 6. I have another brush that I use quite a bit is the small jumbo round. And I have a 3/4 flat and a 3/4 oval. And I use all of them. If you want to see if your paper is dry, touch the back of your hand to it. You're going to want to make sure that it's completely dry for the next phase. So if it's cool to the touch, it means it's not dry yet. That means you need to continue drying it more. Lena, these are really easy. I will go over the supplies. Get any size piece of paper you want. Tape it down. And then I'll tell you the colors. Let me know when you're ready. Right, Lori? No, she was down the mouse hole, Sharon, not the rabbit hole. Okay. Yeah, Christy, she's got the collection. She's not quite up there with Lindsay, the frugal crafter yet, but she's got the collection for sure. Still a little cool down here. Yeah, Sharon, what I would do for that is pick a couple of colors that you like from the different brands. Hi, Wendy. You know, like if you're, you know, it's hard because what I really do is get the primaries, but there's a lot of good brands out there, and you really need to, it's really hard because the best thing for you to do is find the brand that you like the best. But I really suggest that you get, because it's hard. Because like for you, because I know where you're at, I would suggest that you go with like a next brand up from where you've been. So like, you know, like you could get the White Knights by St. Petersburg. You could get the Mission Gold Pure Pigment set. Those would be my two suggestions for you. But if you wanted to go big and get into like a really professional brand, then you're going to want to figure out what your favorite colors are and get those tubes from, you know, get those tubes from Daniel Smith, those tubes from M. Graham, those tubes from the different manufacturers, and see which manufacturer you like best. But if you want to get a complete set, to upgrade from where you're at now, because I know where you're at, I really suggest you get the White Knights or the Mission Gold Pure Pigment set. But that's just me. Okay, so this is dry. So now the next step is we're going to use the glue. So I'm going to get out, ow, I'm going to run over my toe first. That hurt. That hurt. Where did I? Oh, where did I put that? No, it was. Oh, it's in there. Okay. I got out my matte medium. Okay. So the next step is, I'm going to take it off my mat now. I like to tape my paintings down because they don't buckle and they stay relatively flat. But so the next step is to water down white glue to a 1:1 ratio, then use a large hog brush to spread it all over the painting. Okay, so I'm going to get out, move my watercolor brushes. You don't want to use glue or anything but watercolor or watercolor products on your watercolor brushes. Where is my glue brushes? Oh, they're right here. Go and wash out one of my glue brushes. I'll be right back. Vaughn. Pink graders. Okay. Towel. All right, let me move this for a second. Oh, I need man hands. Ugh. All right. Now, matte medium is already pretty liquidy, so I'm just going to kind of judge it by how I want to judge it. But if you're using like Elmer's white glue in this stage, you're definitely going to kind of want to make sure that you have a good mixture of water to glue ratio going on. But you do kind of want it very liquidy for this phase. I've done this before because you want it a little bit more liquidy than it comes, especially if you're using like Elmer's white glue. So we're going to take our tissue paper or our deli paper, whatever you're using, scrunch it up. Okay, now we're going to take our glue. We're going to put it all over the painting quickly. Don't think about it, just do it. This stuff dries really quick. And you're going to take your paper. Make sure it's bigger than the piece that you painted. You're just going to kind of pat it down. Press it down gently so that you retain some of the creases. It says to allow it to dry for 2 hours. Well, we're not going to be sitting here for 2 hours. We are going to press it down like we're supposed to. And because I'm a little OCD, I'm going to kind of just dabble some of the rest of this extra glue on top. I'm not pressing out the creases. I'm just kind of dabbing. I want the creases to remain. If you see a spot that didn't get glued, make sure that you press that down. The edges are going to be where you're going to find that you didn't quite get good adhesion. So make sure you push them edges down. And you want the wrinkles, so it doesn't matter if it's wrinkly or not. Just let the wrinkles be. Stay. Stay, 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 stay. Sorry if I'm missing chat. I can't talk to you guys right now. I got to pay attention to what's happening on my paper. Again, more wrinkles is going to bring texture and character, so don't worry about it being wrinkly. That's what you want. Okay. All right. Now, clean up my mess. Let this sit here for a second. Check chat. All right. Hi, Wendy. If I didn't say hi to you, let's see, who else did I miss? My sweet voice. Well, I turned my volume down. I was listening to my video the other day, and like my volume is like so, well, I have a loud voice and I'm tone deaf. So what? You've never done this before, Lena? Oh yeah, it's fun. Hi, Norma. Thanks, Sharon. Let's see, who else have I missed? Okay, now we're going to dry it. We're not waiting 2 hours. Don't, this time, do not let your heat gun get too close to your painting, not because it'll catch on fire, but because you'll create heat bubbles, and we want it to adhere and not create air bubbles. If you find that it's bubbling, take the your nail and press down with it. It will not stick to your nail, and it will help the paper usually without creating extra bubbles. Volume stitches are. I know. I turned that's what I did. I turned my volume down today. I remember, because I'm like, my voice is so loud, but I'm trying to also utilize my inside voice, Wiki, inside voice, because I know I've been tone deaf all my life, and people always tell me I know I'm loud. I've known this forever. So remember, you keep your heat gun a little further away from your painting so it can dry without creating an air bubble. I know, Wiki, I did. I turned it down today, and I'm utilizing my inside voice. Vaughn, you be quiet. Nothing wanted from the peanut gallery, Miss Snickers. Hold on, something's wrong with my cord. All right. Whew. I need to pull that the other way, but I'm not going to do it right now. Okay. Oh, on our end. Oh, I get you. Yeah, but still, I still need to. I've been trying. I used to be a lot louder than I am now, Wiki. I still need to continue exercising my use of inside voice. Something I've been working on for years. Sharon, come on, stop it. I know, Wiki. I got it. I got it. I got that. I think you're missing my point, though. It's twofold, my dear, twofold. Mo. See, so this needs to dry just a little bit more. Slow and slower. All right, let's see how this is doing. Is this dry? Okay. Now it says we need to cut away the excess tissue paper. So I'm going to get out. You're going to want a good pair of scissors. And if you don't have a good pair of scissors, whatever. Norma, page 66 and 67. Hi, Gray. we're going to do the next one. Voila. Now we're going to do the next one. Thanks, Judes. Mod of the year for sure. I am. I'm going to be trying to entertain you guys for a couple hours today. Usually we go about 2.5 hours on Saturday, but Debbie's not streaming today because she's got her kids today for the school Olympiad. So I've scheduled 2 projects today. I figured it'd be a good day to do some paint-alongs and get some people that maybe watch my recordings but don't make it to the live shows, get them interested in watercolor, give them some ideas, maybe how they can incorporate mixed media, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, we have another project after this one because this is just kind of like a warm-up thing. And then if I'm planning to probably go like maybe 3-4 hours today. And if we get done with the next one, because the other one's kind of quickish too, depends on how much fun we want to have with it. And if we get done with it relatively quickly, then I'll do a journal page. How about that? All right, now I'm looking at this, and I want to make sure, I want to go around and make sure, you know, that I you know, like I said, the edges are always, when you're working with tissue paper, is always going to be where your gaps are at. So I'm going to take a small brush, and brush I don't care about. Where is my small blue brush? And I'm going to, not this one, there it is. Hi, Elaine. Oh, it's not done yet, honey. This is just, and it's kind of like a warm-up thing, but if you guys want to paint along, I'm going to be doing another project. So, but I want to go through and make sure all my edges are adhered good. So there's no gaps in my project. Because again, that's where you're going to find your issues will lie. So just want to go around and make sure that I got everything good. And like I said, we will be having a giveaway today. And then I'm just going to go through and just make sure that all my edges are nice and tidy. Just because I'm OCD. So those who know me know that I'm a little OCD. So just going through and making sure that I have enough adhesion on this. Okay. And make sure put a little extra in the corners. A little extra glue didn't hurt. Okay. All right. So finish the gluing, drying process. See what I missed? Hi, Elaine. Same here. Where I moved in Texas, I have some friends about an hour and a half away. And since I moved down here, I haven't been able to make it over there to see them. I haven't, Norma. I haven't. Not yet. Right, Mom? Love you, Mom. I know. I know. I love you. Hi, Nancy. Welcome. Not sure if you've been in my streams before, but it's good to have you. If you have been here before and my memory has escaped me, welcome back. All right, let's just make sure we have nothing, you don't want to put, you want to make sure all your glue is dry. You do not want to put your you're a lurker. Well, that's okay. We like lurkers too. My pigtails are too tight. Actually, I just have one tail today, Joycey. Just one. Yeah, she's Giggles, that's for sure. That's her nickname. All right, let's make sure that all our glue is dry. We do not want to use our watercolor brushes on anything that is not watercolor. You will be very upset with yourself, and do not whatsoever leave your watercolor brushes in your water jars overnight. You will be a sad, sad puppy in the morning. I promise you. Okay. Now, the next part of the book says, once dry, unwrap the excess tissue paper and cut away using a pair of scissors. We did that. You can now paint over the surface using the same colors as the underlying painting. If you use wash techniques, the watercolor will collect a little in the creases, creating effects like bark. Wow. Okay. A rigger can be used to suggest a few branches and twigs by picking out suitable creases and highlighting them with the same paint as the tree. So that's what we're going to do. And again, I'll hold this up to the camera. I won't bring it down right now. But as you can see here, that's what she's doing. So we're going to, again, take our burnt sienna, and we're going to map out the tree and make our creases and bring in some bark-like textures and some more branches up here in the top to really bring this tree forward. You found me through Dee Dee? Well, that's nice. Dee Dee is awesome. She's, yeah, Dee Dee is, I think she's our resident art mother. She's inspired us all and brought us all together, I think, in one way or another. Now, I had a rigger, and I don't know what I ever did with it. And I don't know what I ever did with it. So I'm going to use, I have a very tiny number 2. It's got some long brush on it, but it comes to a very fine, thin point. Again, this is the Mimic Kolinsky's by Creative Mark. They're sold at Jerry's. So I'm going to use that to paint in my creases. I'm going to get out my paints. Again, I'm going to get out, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Yes. Yes, she is, Vaughn. Very much so. She's you gotta love her. I mean, she knows her stuff, and she's helped us all. And if you watch her shows, you won't be disappointed. Somewhere along the line, she will have taught you something that you didn't know you wanted to be taught, or you didn't know you didn't know. She's Dee Dee. Okay, so I'm getting out my burnt sienna, and I think I want to bring in some darkness, because here it has some darkness, and I want to bring in some of that. So what I'm going to do, I want to introduce a new color to this. Paula hasn't been around. She's been, when she got her new job and changed jobs, she hasn't really been able to stream much. Yeah, she, unfortunately, we miss her a lot. So if you've been painting along, and we don't want to introduce new color at this point, so I'm going to take my ultramarine, and I'm going to mix in my burnt sienna with that, and it's going to give me, I can make it as dark as I want, or, more gray if I want it, or more brown if I want it. And that's going to give me the dark color that I want to introduce to offset the brown. You want red. I'm going to have burnt sienna, but I'm also going to have a darker brown too as well, Joycey. I've got to have, the tree's got to have some dark in it, I think. So I need to bring in a dark brown as well. So again, if you're painting along, use your ultramarine and your burnt sienna to make a darker brown color. Okay. So now I'm going to take my very tiny brush. Hopefully, look like I had a stray hair. Hope it doesn't. It does. Okay. I gotta do some surgery on this thing. It's got a hair that's just driving me absolutely crazy. Okay, so let's first take our burnt sienna, get a nice good bit of it on your brush. Now the thing with using smaller brushes, liners or scripts or anything like that, you're not going to be able to hold a whole lot of paint. And you want more paint than water. So now I'm just going to kind of go along my tree where I want and kind of bring in the creases. Oh, the brush. Yeah, it had one hair that just, ugh. It's just the tree juice, but thank you. Not sure I'm liking it yet, but I think I want a little bit of water. I think the lines are too harsh. I want to soften them just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. If you feel your lines are too harsh, do what I did. Just kind of soak them with a little bit of water. Remember, our tree goes all the way up to the top. And we have our little sideway branch here. So I'm going to bring in some little creases here. Okay, now I'm going to dry that. What are you bugging me? What's up, Joycey? Oh, okay. Bug away then. Just no bug finger up the nose, okay? I'm not in the mood today. Okay. Now we got a little bit more color down on our tree. Let me take this. All right. So now I'm going to take some more of the burnt sienna again. Kind of do the same thing, but a little bit more sparingly. Go along some of the creases again. And then I'm going to introduce some of the darker brown that I want along the way. And then I'm going to bring out the branches with this. And then I think we'll have one come off here. I think we need let me see how that's looking. It's looking all right, I guess. A little one there. Remember, this is just an exercise. Yes, great. It's just a wet on wet painting underneath. All right. And then I think, because I think the bottom needs something, I'm going to bring in a little bit of that sap green that we used. Just a little bit. And a little bit of the ultramarine. Mix it up. Give me a little bit of a dark green again. And I'm going to go back to my number 8 brush and going to just kind of flick in some grass. Don't know why. I just think it needs a little something. Around the tree bottom. And again, you don't have to do this. It's just me. I want to fade that out a little bit because I don't want it so harsh. Artistic license, you know. All right. Let's see what that does. So see, now my painting is completely different. Well, it's different than hers. That over there. Hi, Dobbs. How's the competition going? Thanks, Joycey. Yeah, I think the green makes it look all misty and if you're painting, while you're painting, a paper starts to buckle up one way, turn it over and dry it from the other side. Oh, good Lord. So they did all the competitions already? There you have it. And then what you can do is once this is laid out and dried a little bit, thanks, Sharon, you can, any painting, once it's complete, when you've let it dry a couple hours, you can put it under a book or something and it'll totally flatten out. But see, it's almost flat by drying it on both sides. So we're going to let that one, I'm going to set that one over to the side. Let's see what this is. 2 wins for a first or second. We go to state, which means more practice and a trip out. Oh, wow, Debbie. Thanks, Bon. Just a little bit of fun for those people that are new to watercolor. Oh, this needs a little bit dry there. Give a couple minutes for Norma and Lena to finish up their project. And then we'll go on to the next one. I definitely got to clean this mat. I hadn't really cleaned it in like weeks. I got glue and stuff. Right, Debbie? For sure. Oh, for sure. You didn't have any tissue paper or deli paper, Lena? Where did I put my towel? Towel is, oh. Thank you. All right. So those of you that have the book, we are going to go to page 71. Now we're going to be doing collage. Thank you, Norma. So get out some collage bits. We're not going to be, I'm not going to be drawing a lemon. You're more than welcome to draw a lemon. We're not going to be doing a lot of drawing. Where did I put my pencil? Pencil, what did I do with my pencil? Pencil? Oh, pencil. Okay, I got my pencil, got my eraser, got my paper. Now I'm gonna get out some collage bits. I'm gonna use a doily, I think. I do like that. I have some doilies here. I do like to use most of those that follow my channel regularly know that I like using thin papers for my collage. So I'm going to use a couple pieces of doily, I think. And let's see. I'm going to use, could not make it myself. Oh, because you're using arches. Yeah, I'm not using arches. Yeah, well, no, and that's just as good, Lena. That's just as good. Oh, sure, I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not using arches. If this was arches, I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff on arches. That's for sure. When I'm doing if I'm doing fine art mixed media, then on arches, it wouldn't be that kind of thing. It would be more of my more extravagant stuff that I've done. But this kind of stuff wouldn't be done on arches. I use my other papers for this. This is really good paper for stuff like this, for practicing and for it's 100% cotton. It's good paper. It's just not Arches. And it's definitely quality paper that you can, you know, do sellable paintings on. It's archival. It's what is that? The Paul Rubens paper. Okay, so let's see, papers. I need to get some papers. Let's see, maybe I'll use, let's see, what did she say here? What is she using? She's using, let's see. Some papers such as bags, newspapers, and photocopies. So you can use any kind of papers you have. Let's see. I didn't pull my papers out yet. Let's see what I have. Let's see. Oh, maybe we'll use some of that. And let's see. Let's see what I got. Give me some paper. Maybe I'll use some of this. Okay. Maybe a couple bits of this. Let's see. Yeah. We'll use some music paper. Let's use some music paper. It's nice and thin. Let's see. Use the back page, I suppose. I won't need a big piece of it. I'm not taking anything too big. Okay, there's that. Put some doilies. Let's see here. It's kind of dark, but maybe we can use some of this. Use a piece of that. All right. So she says, using a 2B pencil to lightly sketch the basis of your painting. In this case, a lemon. I'm not drawing a lemon. Good guess, Judes. I thought, as in honor of Judy, no, that Easter is not far off. I would do something, and we would paint some Easter eggs. However, with a twist, you all, those that are following along or want to follow along, will get to do a little bit of negative painting. How about that? How about I teach you a little bit of negative painting and we'll paint some Easter eggs? Would you like that? We will. We are. Unless you want to paint a lemon. So, next, tear up some small pieces of relevant collage material. In this case, she used some food wrapping, newspaper, dining review, and a doily, and use white glue to attach them to a picture. I'm going to use matte medium. Using the sketch, shh, quiet, inside voice. Loki, nap time. This stupid dog is laying there and barking at people. I mean, literally, what is your problem? No talking to strangers. Hey, nobody out there wants to talk to you. Nobody out there wants to talk to you. Come on, come on, nap time. Come on, get your baby. Come on, mommy got your baby. Let's go. Up, up. Okay, lay down. Take a nap. Good boy. Okay, let's try this again. Sure, no. Hi, Holly. Okay, so let me try this again. We're going to tear up some collage paper and use white glue to attach them to the picture. Using the sketch to suggest where you should place each piece. Once in place, you can adjust them with a piece of kitchen paper over your finger. This is less likely to stick to your finger than itself. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to make mine landscape. Yes. Okay. And I'm just going to draw some ovals. Simple, right? However, if you don't want to draw ovals, if you don't want to draw ovals, get out a stencil that has ovals. You can use a piece of paper cut into an oval shape. Heck, if you have the Creative Memories cutters that are ovals, you can make a shape that way. I think I'm just going to draw, I think I'm going to draw 3 eggs, 3 oval eggs, just kind of roughly. I think I'm going to have them sitting in some grass. Really simple. I'm not going to draw the grass. I'm just going to draw the 3 ovals right now, and then make some marks on them to design them like, you know, Easter eggs. So I'm thinking we'll have one kind of on its side here. Just like that. Just nice ovally egg. Maybe that might be a little big, so we'll see, because I think I want to kind of keep it. And this one we'll kind of going to kind of be hiding behind this one. It looks more like a candy corn than an egg, so we'll kind of fix that one up. Doesn't have to be perfect. But we don't want them dented, right? They are eggs after all. Shush. Quiet. Okay. Got one laying on its belly. Got one kind of pointed up this way. And then this one, I think this one we'll kind of have it, maybe we'll have it kind of pointing off this way. Yeah. Quiet, Loki. Hush. Not pointy enough up there, eh? Draw an oval and you get a circle. What are you guys talking about? Okay, I can't watch chat. Okay. Let's bring this down. So it's the same size as the other ones. Okay. All right, so there's our 3 eggs. And, you know, it's going to be sitting in some grass. Just pretend the grass is there. Just going to kind of put a line. All right, so that's our, and then, because we want these to be Easter eggs, right? So now this is where you can get creative. You can either put circles, or what you can do is like, we can do this. We can put chevrons. Okay. And we can put circles. Okay. And this one, let's see. What design should we put on this one? We put diagonal squigglies. Let's see, what other designs do we have on Easter eggs? Somebody give me a design. Easy line design that you would see. No, not a fleur-de-lis, Joycey. Easy line design that you'd see on an Easter egg. Hi, Dottie. Well, I did circles over here. We have chevrons. We have circles. Let me bring you down so you guys can see. You guys, why didn't y'all tell me that you guys weren't down enough? Let me bring you down so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Let me bring up the. Okay. Is that better? Waves, hearts. Any other? No, Vaughn. Oh, fun. What did you guys, what's the bio class? Crosses, bubbles. Well, we have circles here, so I'm trying to do something different. Paw prints. And think about when you've colored eggs with your kids on Easter. What are the designs? Stars is good. We could do stars. Oh, stripes. Let's do that. Let's just do some stripes. Okay. That little egg, poor little egg. I gotta reshape him. He wasn't quite right. We don't want our egg to be goofy, huh? I gotta reshape him. can't have a crooked egg. All right, so stripes. Let's just do this. This will be easy for you guys to do with negative painting too. Kind of curve your lines so they go with the shape of the egg. Okay. All right. So there's our drawing. Simple, right? Is the lighting good? You guys can see everything? Right? Okay, we've got our eggs. So now we need to figure out where we want to put some collage, right? So I've got some doilies here. I'm going to do some music sheets. I'm going to take off the edges because I don't want just plain white edges. I want to get just the music. Okay, so let's see. What does she say here? Continue building up the collage with more pieces of the material. Okay, and I'm using matte medium. Let me, I got to clean my brushes. None of my brushes clean today. Shh. Hey. Okay. All right. I think I am going to take out the middle of these doilies, though. Oh my God! People outside. Inside voice. Okay. Hey. Quiet. They're not talking to you. Lay down and be quiet. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. Okay. Shh. Eggs. Couch. Couch. Up. Down. Lay down. No one is talking to you. Nap time. What's not when I'm trying to stream. All right. Don't you? If you're going to come over here, you better be quiet then. Sit down. Down. Good boy. Now be quiet. Don't give me that mom look. What's wrong with eggs? Or what's wrong with the way I say eggs? Did I say it wrong or funny? So, all right. So I think that's good. But take off a little bit of this so I can, this is going to be part of the, this is going to lend itself to the grass, the doily pieces. Okay. like that, I think. Why, Jude? What's with the way I say eggs? Right, great. Oh, now I'm gonna show you guys something. Okay, we're gonna go to doggy cam for a second. Okay, it's gonna get dizzy for about a quick second. Oh shoot! No, I gotta stretch the cord because I moved the cord so he couldn't. Oh, you guys got to see this now. Let me see. Did I tape it too tight? I want you guys to see now what happens when he's a good boy. Let me bring this up. Oh, I tape it too tight. 1 second. Okay. Get ready for doggy cam. Okay. Let me, where's my cursor? Hello. Cursor would be good. Cursor. Okay. There he is. Doggy cam. Don't mind my, I look a mess today. Let me switch back. Okay. Okay. To make sure my camera was. Yeah, he doesn't like all the strangers outside. He's fine. I do let him up on the desk, but he doesn't usually get up here unless I got his toys. Hi, Terry. That's my baby. I've had him since he could fit in my hands. He was barely just oh, what was he? He wasn't even 12 weeks old when I got him. I mean, but literally he was that tiny when I got him. Yeah, he doesn't like all those people outside. He would be fine if they were inside, but because somehow the camera did get moved. What the flip? What the flip? What the flip? What the flip? I didn't move the camera though. Why does it look like it moved? My paper's straight now. No. Oh, okay, there we go, I guess. There's a lot of things when there gets to be too many people around though, like doing stuff outside, he gets nutsy. He doesn't like it. I don't know if there's like people moving in and out. I don't know. It's very busy outside today. Yeah, but the thing is, Elaine, if they were going to come to the door, he would bark. But the minute I let him in, the minute somebody comes in the house, he would run and hide. He's a scaredy cat. He is not. He's only the big badass when he's behind a door, a glass, a wall. He has no cojones, literally. Okay, so back to our eggs. Our lovely little eggs. Okay, so let's see here. I think I'm gonna put, let's see, thinking, let's put some music paper there. I like that there. Okay. Right button. It's so true. Very, very, very much lean. He's got a bark bigger than his bite for sure. Everybody's afraid of him, but if I'm like walking him outside, like he cowers. So they, you know, but they come to the door. They knock like once and then they leave because they think I have a big, huge dog, which is fine with me. I'm totally okay with that. Yeah. He's my baby. I want to use that style number or something. The little map or something. Maybe use a little bit down there. Maybe like that. You hear them people outside? I know, baby. I know. I know. You was gonna bark at them peoples? I know. Too much going on outside, huh? Too many peoples outside. Be a good boy. Gonna be a good boy. No wolf. No barky bark. Okay. Let's see. I think maybe I might have it off. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll leave this here in case I want to put some more down after I put this down. All right. Put our pencil away. There. No. Shh. Inside voice. Enough. All right. Hey, 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 hey. Quiet. And I'm not going to water down my matte medium because we're not, we don't need for the, we need to clearly glue this down. Hey. So just know the process when you're using wet glues and stuff. And I always glue my papers over my edges, and I cut them off later. I don't like to get precisely up to the edge because that's going to do two things. One, that's going to ensure that I have good adhesion in my corners and my edges. So I always glue over the edge. Now, the one thing to remember is if you're using matte medium or any kind of regular gesso, your watercolor products really don't like it too much. So it likes it does not going to adhere very well. So if you have clear gesso, that would be a good thing to have on hand. If you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to have it. I wrinkled this paper. Got a buckle there. Okay. Make sure you get out all your air bubbles. And it's easier with thinner papers, and that's one reason why I love thinner papers. But if you don't have clear gesso, your paint is more likely to stick to regular gesso than matte medium, I think. I'm not sure. So I would think so. So I would say, because she uses gesso in the book, so I would go with that. I'm going to use clear gesso just after I use the regular gesso. Just because I'm used to that format. The regular gesso is going to help hide some of the crazy edges that we're going to be building here. Oops. Oh, I got two of them there. I got two of them here too. Make sure when you're dealing with doilies that you, I don't think, do I have two there? No, I guess not. I guess I only have one. That you take the layers apart. They must be moving in or something down there. What did I miss? What did Bond do? I wonder if that is double. Now I'm worried about that one being doubled now. I don't know. We'll know when it doesn't stick. Do as I say, not as I do. Well, okay, in this video, you have to do as I do, not as I say necessarily. But, you know, it sounded good. Okay. Okay. Whatever. 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 All right. So we put our stuff down. We're going to dry that quickly. Hi, Kathy. We're having a little bit of collage fun, kind of similar to your apple thing, but with watercolors. And kind of my style. And I'm going to teach those that are following along a little bit of negative painting. How about that? Really? Oh, I'm so excited. I get happy now. Woohoo! Yeah. Dun, dun. I get happy now. Woohoo! Let's see, what else did I miss? Thank you, Elaine. And I am happy most of the time. And let's see. Bye, Patricia. She's probably already gone. Let's see. Well, we're doing I thought I would do a couple paint-alongs with the fibs and those watching the recording. And for those that don't watercolor too much, maybe get them a little used to watercolor. We did a warm-up page. We did 60s. We did this one using tissue paper, and a couple of the fibs followed along. So we did a tree painting. And then we're doing this one that's more along the lines of the stuff I do. We're using Collage right now. And we're using the Watercolors Unleashed book by Jane Betteridge that you so wonderfully enabled me to get. Well, this one was on my list, so I had to get it. Yeah. So I glued down some papers. No, where's my gesso? Gesso would be good. So if you're following along, get out some gesso, any gesso. If you're using the heavy gesso, you're going to want to kind of water it down just a tad so it's a little more easier to work with. So we're going to go along our edges and kind of blend them out a little bit so they're not so harsh. And I'm just using regular gesso, and I'm just using my finger. It's easier than the brush. And if you're using this, if you have this Liquitex Basics gesso and you don't have the clear gesso, which is going to be my next step, this has a little bit of tooth to it, so your watercolors will stick to it. That's why I said if you don't have the clear gesso, this will give you a little bit of a ground to work with. The heavy gesso, it's really thick and viscous. You can use it as a modeling paste as well. Finnebear Art Basics makes a really good heavy gesso, which is one of my favorite gessos that I have, that I use quite a bit. So it's just thicker and heavier. That's all. If you're using homemade gesso, it depends on how thick it is. If it's thick, basically you're going to want to thin it down some so you can work with it easier. Can you get YouTube in jail? Oh, Sharon, I think I get your question. Okay, I'm sorry. Haha, funny. I get what you're saying now, Sharon. I kind of missed your joke there. But yeah, you can use homemade gesso, but if it's thick, water it down a little bit. Just kind of going along the edges to kind of, you want the edges of the paper to blend in. You just, so they don't stick out like a sore thumb. Tracy, shush. You. I'm trying to read chat and do stuff at the same time. Today's Saturday. It's a relaxing day. I'm not multitasking very well today. It's okay, Joycey. It's okay. Oh, wow. Maybe he shouldn't be allowed to go, Debbie. Have to sit down with his parents and, maybe he should be excluded from class trips if he can't behave himself. There you go. Right. No, you show him who Mrs. Epps is, because if he's not going to behave himself, then he doesn't deserve to be there. There you go, Dottie. Give her your copper stick. What grade say? Egg him. There you go. Egg him. Egg him. All right. I think my edges are a little bit hidden now. Let's dry this and see how they look. Out behind the barn. You know what? I'm not going to use the clear gesso because that's not fair to you all. I'm going to leave out the clear gesso. I'm going to do the same thing that she's doing because I actually kind of like the texture she's getting here. We're going to see how this works. I'm going to give it a try. I can't cheat. Some of y'all might not have clear gesso. But I'm going to make sure it's not got some sort of harsh line. Oh, it's probably too much. I want to take off those edges. Make sure it's not. So it blends in more. It's not look out of place. Not putting it all over. I'm just kind of kissing the paper so it doesn't look all like liney and out of place. So if I'm going to have that texture, I want to have it in other places too. It's kind of like when you make a mistake in a painting. If you do it in more than one place, it becomes a design element. So remember that. Okay, we're going to see what that looks like. No guarantees on this project, guys. I usually don't use regular gesso much in my watercolor. So we're going to see what happens. Sure my edges are down. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Thanks for everybody coming. All right. Welcome back, Kathy. All right, let me move out the camera just a tad. I see you guys have seen the drawing and seeing how I placed my papers and that. Just going to go out just a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. And go to the next phase. Hi, Marianne. Okay. How are those that are following along with me? Anybody at the same phase I am? Or close to where I'm at? You made it. Yes, you did. Watching intently. Well, good. Thank you, Elaine. Again, I don't usually use regular gesso, so I'm trying to follow what she says in the book. We're going to see how well this works. It looks cool the way in her picture. Let me show you guys how her lemon picture looks at the end. Let me face it the right way. So see her end product there? It looks really cool. But I don't normally use regular gesso with my watercolors, so there's no guarantee how this is going to come out. But we're going to see. Okay, so I'm going to dry this. Make sure it's completely dry. Then I'm going to cut off the edges of my paper where it's hanging over. Well, the good thing about my gesso, Elaine, is that it has. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for you guys that are following along here, Norma. So there's no rush today, guys. Debbie's not streaming, so we can, you know, take our time doing these projects. I want to make sure I'm going slow enough for those that might watch the recording later and want to follow along as well. So there's no rush. Gives me a minute to catch up on chat and stuff too. So, but yeah, the one nice thing about the Liquitex gesso, which I'm not a big fan of, but it might lend itself to this project that she's doing because it has a little bit of tooth to it, because it's a cheaper end gesso. So maybe that'll lend itself to this particular project. We'll see. I don't know. I like I said, I usually use clear gesso. And again, my favorite brands of mediums are either Golden or Art Basics. Like Tracy, that's okay. So my clear gesso I get from Art Basics. My heavy gesso is Art Basics brand. Yeah. Not necessarily Joycey. I don't know. I haven't seen a picture of it. If you're paying along and you follow me on Twitter or IG, I think, Debbie, if you're still here, it's hashtag Fibs Paint Along. Is that right? If I remember right? Maybe Judy, if you remember, somebody remembers the hashtag. Hashtag Fig Paint-Along. Yeah, so put that when you post it on any of the social medias, IG or Twitter, put that in there and I'll be able to go and find it. Okay. All right, pick up my mess here. Now what we've got so far. For this one, Joycey, with your collage papers, that's okay. Crazy and Wild is good. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with Crazy and Wild. Okay, now let's see. We sketched our photo. We put in our pieces. We put down some gesso. Let's see. Cleaning my hands. Oh, so see, the Liquitex gesso is good for a pan pastel base. So I imagine it would be good for watercolor or any kind of pastel base or that. So see how it works out. That's got to be because of the tooth that's in it, huh, Kathy? I never really liked it, but I got it because at the time, way back when, because that gesso's a few years old now, it was cheap. It was cheaper, you know, than back then, you know. So, but now I know better, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of the watercolor ground because you have to let it dry for so long. I like instant gratification. And it tends to be streaky, even though I give it a good amount of layers. Unless I'm just doing quick spots or I'm trying to adhere gold leaf. That's what I use my Daniel Smith ground for, is if I'm putting down gold leaf of some sort. It's really good for that. Because it doesn't dull the gold leaf and it adheres it really well. Yeah, clear gesso is really good. And again, I like the Art Basics. I buy Sharon. Okay. All right. So I do like her colors here, and we're going to do a little bit of negative painting. So we need to do some, we're going to use a lavender and a light blue. We're going to use a light blue, and we're going to use a pink for our eggs and a green. So thinking we'll use, let me clean my palette here, get some fresh colors going, and I'll tell you what colors I'm going to use. Once dry, to paint over the surface as normal. For this example, I'll use lemon, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. All right, so clean up my palette for this mess here. I'm going to be using my cerulean blue, which is a really nice, pretty blue. Water it down quite a bit because, well, you know what? No, actually, I think I'll use my cobalt blue. That's a little bit on the lighter side and more on the in line with Easter. And I'm going to use my green gold, I think, for the light green. And I will be using some sap green because I'm going to have some sap green down here for the grass. But for my eggs, I'm going to be using violet, cobalt teal, green gold, and let's see, permanent yellow. Permanent yellow deep, maybe. Or if you have gamboge, or if you have permanent yellow light. And for a pink, maybe either permanent rose or quinacridone rose. Okay, palette's clean enough. All right, so going to paint our eggs first, and that's where the negative painting is going to come in at. And we'll do some negative painting on the outside too, or on the outer edge too. And it's not going to be difficult. This is going to be really easy. Okay? Really, really easy. Put that brush away. Again, just an 8 and a 10 brush. Nothing fancy. Okay. You know, a permanent yellow deep might be a little too harsh. I think I'm going to stick with the permanent yellow light. Don't use that color too often, but I think it's nice and springy. That'll be our yellow. And get out some green gold. That's going to be our light green. If you don't have green gold, you can just use sap green. Just lighten it up. Just add water to it. Thanks, Lena. Yeah, because you got to remember with Easter we use pale colors, a lot of pale and pastel colors. So if you have this would be a good time if you have the Prima Pastel Dreams, I think it's called. This would be a good time. You could use those if you have that set. Just be careful. You know, some of your Prima paints might get mud. I think a lot of them have white in them. I don't know. I've never had them, but I know that there's a pastel set. Quin Violet for our purple. Cobalt Teal for our blue. That's going to give us our nice bright pale blue. Okay, so I got our yellow, I got our purple, our blue, and our green. Not going to get out the sap green just yet because that's going to be our grassy color. Now let's see, what pink did I want? I think I'm going to use Quin Rose for the pink. No. permanent rose. I'm going to use permanent rose. It's a little bit on the, it's not as strong as Quin Rose. It'll lean more towards the pastel side. Yeah, I think that'll be better. OCD, what OCD? I have OCD, but what am I being OCD about now? Marianne, because I'm not painting yet, honey. I'm just getting my colors. Right now, I'm just getting my color palette going. Okay. So I have the permanent rose here. And then I have the permanent yellow light. I have the green gold. I have the teal. And I have the Quin violet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't started painting yet, Marianne. I'm getting ready to now. I'm just letting the gals and everybody know what colors I'm choosing. No, you know, you may be cracking up, but not because of this. Okay. All right. So I got the colors chosen. Now, negative painting is all about painting the shape. You're painting along a line. You're painting around something. And even negative painting can also be painting a positive, even though you're painting a negative. And by that, I mean you're painting negatively inside a positive shape. So taking these eggs as an example, right? So the whole egg is the positive, right? And you would think painting inside that egg, you're painting the positive. But when we paint around the shape within inside the eggs, the lines around the circles, around the chevrons or the circles or whatever these are, that's negative painting. You're painting around these edges and you're going to ultimately painting the egg itself, but you're not painting the egg. You're not purposely painting the positive portion of the egg. Okay? So I'm going to take, let's see, what colors do I want to start with? Let's start with, I think this one I'm going to make, let's do, what colors do we want? What two colors do we want together on this egg? The one with the chevron. Pink and what other color do we want with pink on the chevron egg? Pink and green. Okay. So do we want pink chevrons or green chevrons? Jude's. Do you want pink chevrons or green chevrons? Green. Okay. So that means we need to paint along these edges, right? So we have multiple edges to paint along. We have the outer edge of the chevron and we have the positive edge of the chevron, right? And we want to get these chevrons green. To do that, we need to paint along the positive but negative edge of the chevron. So I'm going to take some green. Take some green. Follow along with me here. And I'm going to paint this edge like this. I'm just going to put a line here. I'm not painting the chevron. I'm painting along the edge of the chevron, right? Then I'm going to wet my brush. And I'm going to wash out that line. And in doing that, you're painting that chevron. But you're not painting that chevron. Painting I just did. What are you talking about? The tree one? Lori Lou, that one wasn't negative painting, honey. So again, I'm taking some green and I'm painting along this edge of this shape, this line. I'm not painting the chevron, I'm painting the edge of this shape. Okay, I'll show it in just a second. She was out on an egg hunt. I'm washing out my lines. The one big thing about negative painting you want to remember, or that's beneficial to you, is learning how to wash out or graduate your painting, your marks. It looked like a tree. I did mine a little bit different than she did in the book. I did some like ghostly, grassy stuff on the bottom. So it's like a tree in the mist. These little things like that we're doing here today is good for those. They're good warm-up things to do. All right, so now we want this pink and green, right? So now I'm going to, again, I'm going to dip into the pink. And again, I'm not going to paint the egg. I'm going to paint along this edge. Wet my brush and fade out that. And it's okay if you get it on the outside, especially if you're going to be painting the background, but you can wash out any edge on a negative painting. But see, we end up painting that egg without painting the positive portion of the egg. Painting the edge. I probably should use my bigger brush. Yeah, I should be using my bigger brush. So I didn't have that quite wet enough. And then you just take and you keep just doing that. You keep painting your edges. And what you end up doing is you end up painting the positive without painting the positive. This one's a mess, but that's okay. I didn't have the right brush size. We'll let that dry and come back. in honor of Easter, I am, if you're quick enough, you scrub your paint and then dab it with a paper towel. You can get up your paint. Now, the thing to remember is if you're working with staining colors, you're not going to have as quick flexibility with this as you would. Okay. So again, I'm going to go right up against this edge. And fade it out. And the thing with negative painting too, well, watercolor in general is layering. Okay, so we're gonna let that one dry. I gotta close my blinds here, guys. Oh, good grief. That sun was crazy. All right, so now what do we want for our second egg? What colors do we want? Well, that's only the first layer. The second layer gets a little bit faster. Shh. Hey. Quiet. Ooh, hold on. Quiet. Thought somebody was at the door. What time is it? 3:20. Okay, I got to go down and check the mail at a little after, like 4:15. Yellow and blue. All right, yellow and blue. Dots blue or dots yellow? Anybody? I pick. Okay. I think I'm going to do the egg blue. Yeah. Quiet. Quiet. Okay. So again, and I'm used to painting two-handed with negative painting, and that gets so you have to get a little practice in with that, but it does make it easier. It's easier to have one brush for wetting and one brush for painting, but it can be done. So again, I'm going to go around these circles, around the edges, get my brush in, and just fade out this edge. Dip in some more paint and come around this edge. And just soften out my edges. As long as you remember to soften out your edges, You'll have a good graduation of color. Remember to turn your paper. It does make it easier, especially when you're going around in a circle. Shh. Quiet. And then when you're doing something, oh, I gotta get that glue up out of there. I guess it really don't matter, but I don't want that in there right there. When you're doing something like this that has circles or a shape that, you know, because we're doing negative painting, like if you're doing a flower, or I'm trying to think how to best describe it. There's some spots in the painting that you want to leave to the end because we're painted negatively, right? So that you'll come back at the end and paint positively. Because the whole purpose of this is to let the paint gradually build up in light layers around the shapes. And so when you have a positive spot that needs to be painted, you leave that for the end. So we'll end up leaving these circles to be yellow for the end. Okay, so that's first layer there. Okay, now what color do we want on our third egg, guys? We have a purple we still need to use. Purple and green. All right. So I'm thinking, I think I want the stripes purple. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure I have enough green out. Make sure I have enough purple. Okay. What did I say? The purple. Okay. So I'm going to take the green first. I'm going to go around this top edge here. Rinse my brush. Come down and fade it out. Then I'm going to dip into the purple. And I'm going to take that and go along this edge. Rinse my brush. Come down and fade it out. You want to get rid of your lines. You want to fade out the color. No, that wasn't dark enough for me. So I'm going to come back and just kind of let that bleed in a little bit. Then I'm going to soften a little bit. Just soften that line just a little bit. Okay. Get some green. Come along that edge. Wet my brush, dab, and fade out. Okay. Rinse my brush. Grab some of my purple. Again, go along my edge. And it's okay if it bleeds in. It is an Easter egg. And that's what makes negative painting, part of the fun of negative painting is watch it bleed and mix and mingle. Again, I'm going to fade this out. Bring in a little bit more purple here in this one. Okay, rinse my brush. Some more of the green. Come along the edge. Put a line of just a bead of color there. Rinse, dab a little bit, and bleed it out. Okay. No, Dottie, she's not. That's why I'm entertaining you extra long. Thank you, Lena. Okay. Where are we at? We're on lavender. Okay. Thanks to my Kathy. Okay, so pick up some paints. Make sure I got enough on my brush. Come along that line. It's a little dark. It's okay. Wet my brush, dab, and fade it out. Okay. Still think that's a little dark. You gotta watch your quinacridone colors, guys, because they are very staining and they are very potent. Now, our last and final layer of the green here at the bottom. I'm gonna bring in the green very thin here. Rinse, dab, and bleed it out. Okay. I think I'm gonna bring in a little bit more green here. Dab and bleed it out. Kind of matches the rest of it. Okay, so that's our Easter eggs. Now I'm thinking we're gonna have grass down here and we're gonna have some blue up here. So now I'm thinking, because we're gonna be outside, right? So now we can get really messy with it. It's going to be negative painting because we're going to be painting all around the eggs, right? Okay. So make sure you're using your biggest brush. Okay. And get some water. Okay. And just kind of kiss the paper with water. It can be kind of dirty. Just kind of don't wet your eggs. Just kind of go around your eggs. Swoosh some water around. Go around your eggs. Remember, we're going on the outside, around your shapes. This is where I'm going to bring in the cerulean blue and the sap green. And okay. You don't want your paper puddly, but you kind of want it just dampen places. And okay, get out my cerulean. If you don't have cerulean, you can use phthalo blue green shade. You can use ultramarine. Ultramarine is not as bright and vibrant. It's a little on the, excuse me, it's a little on the cooler side. Sap green is a staple. You probably have that in any set you have. So you should have that one. And you want wet, juicy paint. You don't want it thick and viscous. You want it really wet and juicy. Okay. All right. And then you're just going to start dropping paint in wherever you want it. I think I'm going to start with the green. And I'm just going to kind of just drop it in around my eggs. Some of it's going to be darker and some of it's going to be lighter. Don't worry about textures or design or anything. Just paint around something or paint around the objects for now. If you didn't do eggs, you know, just paint around whatever you're doing, whatever objects you're doing. Thank you, guys. Okay, now we're going to have a little bit of fun. Take your spray bottle. Just let it run. Don't spray your eggs so much as you're spraying your sky in your ground. I'm just kind of twisting it. If it runs in your eggs, it's okay. You can dab it up. I'm just adding more color, kind of letting it do what it wants to do. Whew. Spraying it until I like it. And mix and mingle on the paper. Okay. And again, if you get it in your eggs, just dab them out. Come on. No, you don't like that edge. All right. Now remember, if you got puddles, you can either let it run or you can dab it up. But remember, don't rub. Let it run to the edge of the paper. Let it come off. If you have it taped down, again, go along the edge of the tape to, or do what I'm doing here and let it, do not rub your paper. There. Okay, now I'm going to dry. And now you have a natural, you have a natural blend of colors. No mud. Granted, now if you had, you know, green and red, you'd probably get what Joycey likes, moose poop. And maybe that's what you're going for, because maybe you're doing something, you know, steampunkish, or, you know, where you want those colors. Yeah, that's cerulean and sap green. I'm not really a big sap green lover on its own. But I like when it mixes with other colors. And now we're going to do, and if you get any spots like this one, a couple spots I see wrong with this, where it's kind of like this, where it's kind of got like some funky cauliflower edge, just take a damp brush, not a wet brush, a damp brush, and you can kind of move that paint around a little bit. So it doesn't look like it's out of place. And then I see here where I didn't soak up enough of the green, and you can just, sap green is one of those very liftable colors. You can dab it out. We're going to be going over this, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah. The only thing I would say is I should have brought my collage, I think, further down, both of them, so they were more into the picture. Yeah. But I like the bottom. Thank you, Marianne. Yeah, I'm liking it. It came out cute. Like I said, I just wish I had not cut them off so sharply and kind of brought them in more. Before you do the final glaze on anything, make sure that your painting is completely dry. All right. Okay. So let's see. Let's fix up our little. Oh, let me get that up there. Again, because I'm right-handed, I'm going to start from the left and work my way to the right. Need some more pink. This is where we get to sharpen up our lines and really bring the shapes in. Not that way. No chocolate bunny, Marianne. Not this time. I did not include one in this composition. I made it simple for those that don't necessarily like to draw. That could follow along. don't know why, but this egg is just not liking me. Okay. Wipe that out. Make room. Eep. No. All right. Clear out a well here. Almost done, guys. Okay. And entertain you guys for 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours. I think that'll do for the day. Finish these up. We got about another little bit yet to finish, and then we'll do a giveaway. What color? Oh, I need the green, gold. And you wait and see, Miss Impatient Judy. Oh my God. I'm a little tired. But I'm off on Saturdays and Sundays, so okay. My body is about telling me it's enough. Where was I going? Oh yeah, yellow. I will say that God, I might have to buy. Well, I still got a lot of it left. That Liquitex gesso wasn't too bad. Again, if it's used properly, it's not too bad. It's just some nice texture. I don't know if any other gesso would work as well as this one. It was okay. Again, I don't think I laid down these two pieces very well, but I think it did lend itself to some nice texture underneath the paint. So there's that. And again, it's got to be because this gesso has some nice grit to it. So it gives a ground for the paint to adhere to, which probably is why it's a good pastel ground. I wouldn't necessarily use it all the time, but if you're doing a mixed media piece, it's definitely something to maybe check into. All right. There we go. This one took longer than I wanted it to, but Try that. All three of my water jars look nasty. I've mixed and matched color in the rainbow today. Okay, and again, this was the book that we used today. So if you don't have it, it's got a lot of good projects in there. Oh. Pull out the other piece that we did. Let me back out the camera. So, my friends, thanks, Elaine. Thanks, Ron. A little bit of play on Saturday. Now, if you weren't here for yesterday's stream or you didn't see on my Twitter, tomorrow I'm having a special Sunday stream, same time, 12:30. I'm having a special guest and a special guest speaker on tomorrow's stream. So you may want to join me for that. And I will not be using watercolor. What? No watercolor? I know, right? Shocking. I wonder who it is. I wonder who it is. You'll just have to tune in and see. Anyway. No, you didn't miss it. The giveaway are these. There's going to be 2 giveaways today. I thank my fibs for joining me. So I'm going to getuprandom.org and I will these and ship these off. 2 winners today. So if you win the first one, don't bid for the second one. Yes. Where's my phone? Phone would be good. A little bit of fun. Nothing special. Just a little bit of fun. Okay. Yes. Let's see. We have 27, so I'm going to go 1 to 75 without going over. Closest person without going over. And the first person without going over. Closest wins. 1 number only, please. Do not put in a number until I say go or type in the word go in chat. Do not put a number in until I type in the word go in chat. Well, Lena, I already have a package that's got to go out to you anyway, so you might as well just bid. A random number generator. Oh, no, that's random name generator. We don't want that one. No, random number. Come on. Random number. Yeah, remember your stamps? I mean, I eventually got to get those out. I might have to give up, you know, Loki and my second born to get them over to you. But okay, so since the tree was the first thing I painted, that will be item number 1 in today's auction or giveaway. Yeah. There's my water. Oh, goodness. My phone does take a minute because it's been quiet all afternoon. There we go. Okay, so make this bigger. Go. Let me bring the, so the first one is the tree. Let me bring you in closer. And bring you in way close. Here, let me zoom in really close. And I will hold it up. That's good. Let me put in 1 to 75. Don't put your number in yet. Do not put your number in yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. Do not put a number in yet. Do not put a number in yet. Go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Generate. The number is 53. 53. Closest to 53 without going over. I think we have Sharon. I am going to sign it, Marianne. Absolutely. If I'm right, Sharon has 50. Okay. Sharon gets the tree. Okay. Congratulations, Sharon. Okay. Are we ready? Round 2. On your marks. Go. Who's got the best egg number? Kathy, Vaughn, you all need to renumber. It's 1 to 75. Joyce, you need to renumber. Vaughn, you got to renumber too. 1 to 75. Without going over. No, I'm teasing. You can keep your 45. Anybody else? And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. $61. Who do we have? Kathy with 48, I think. Kathy with 48. Kathy with 40. Oh, Kathy with 48. No, we have Sharon with 50. You can't win again, Sharon. So it's got to be Kathy with 48. Yay. No. You already won the tree. Cash, you got to, well, I'll have your address. I did say at the beginning. My Kathy. These are just silly little things. Have to give away more of my good stuff. But I thought I'd make today fun. And I'm glad for those that played along. Again, tomorrow, 12:30. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the support and the love. Keep laughing. Thank you, guys. 12:30 Central Standard Time, 1:30 Eastern. Bye, guys. Love you all. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.